There's nothing quite like the way a cigar can turn a fleeting moment into something unforgettable.
Welcome to the Cigar and Whiskey Podcast, where every episode takes you deeper into the stories, traditions, and flavors that make cigars and spirits unforgettable. So pour a glass, light a stick, and settle in.
There's something timeless about a cigar at a celebration. Long before the wedding toast or the retirement dinner, cigars have marked life's most significant milestones with a kind of quiet ceremony all their own. They're not rushed, they're not casual, they're intentional. Lighting one is a way of saying, this moment matters. Think back to history for a second. Generals marking victories, leaders pausing after peace treaties, families gathering at weddings. Cigars have always been more than tobacco wrapped in leaf. They've been a pause button on time. When the music quiets down or the office lights finally click off after that long-awaited promotion, it's the curl of smoke that seals the memory. Part of the beauty lies in how universal the ritual feels. You don't need to be an aficionado to understand the moment. A wedding guest who has never touched a cigar before instinctively knows the gesture, the slow cut, the gentle light, the first careful draw. It's an act that slows you down, forcing you to appreciate where you are and who you're with. Take weddings, for example. In many cultures, cigars have become as much a part of the tradition as the champagne toast or the first dance. The groom and his closest friends might sneak away from the reception hall, tuxedo jackets unbuttoned, glasses still half full, to savor a smoke that's been saved for just this day. Maybe it's a Monte Cristo 1935 anniversary Nicaragua, refined and nutty. Or the bold, legendary Fuente Opus X, cigars that are far too rare to waste on any random Saturday night. In those few minutes, laughter comes easier, nerves fade, and the enormity of the day finally sinks in. But weddings are about more than just the inner circle. Guests want to feel included too, and that's where approachable cigars come in. Affordable handouts, smooth smokes like Romeo y Julieta, Reserva Real, Perdomo Lot 23, or CAO Gold carry the same celebratory spirit without intimidating first-timers. A best man might hand them out with a grin, saying, "Come on, tonight you're part of the family." The cigars don't just mark the moment, they bind everyone together in it. Promotions and career milestones carry their own energy. Unlike weddings, which are about union and joy, promotions are about achievement. They're a recognition of years of late nights, hard work, and determination finally paying off. For these moments, the cigars chosen often lean bold and confident. An Alec Bradley Fine and Rare, complex and evolving, mirrors the journey of climbing the career ladder. An Oliva Siri V Milanio, rich and powerful, feels like a victory in every draw. And a creamy Cohiba Red Dot balances refinement with strength, perfect for toasting with colleagues after a big deal is signed. I remember a friend of mine who, after finally making partner at his firm, brought out a box of cigars he'd been saving for years. We stood in his office, the city lights glowing outside, as he poured bourbon into tumblers and slid open the lid. Lighting up felt like sealing a contract, not on paper, but in memory. Every time he tells the story of that night, the cigar is part of it. The taste, the smoke, the laughter that echoed long after the office was dark. We'll be right back in just a moment. Take a sip, settle in, and let's continue our journey through the cigars that make milestones unforgettable.
You're listening to the Cigar and Whiskey Podcast, your companion for cigar culture, whiskey wisdom, and everything in between. Want more? Visit us anytime at cigarandwhiskeyguide.com for articles, reviews, and pairing tips.
Retirement, though, is something else entirely. It isn't about ambition or fast-paced energy. It's about slowing down, looking back, and savoring freedom. Retirement cigars should burn long and steady, giving space for decades of stories to be told. The Padron Family Reserve is a classic choice, full-bodied with cocoa and spice, commanding attention yet encouraging reflection. The Arturo Fuente Hemingway, with its subtle sweetness, Feels like a book you can't put down. Perfect for long conversations with old friends. And the Davidoff Grand Cru brings sophistication and balance, a cigar that says, "You've earned this." Picture a retiree on a back porch at sunset. Scotch glass in one hand, cigar in the other. Friends gathered around, laughter spilling into the night. Every puff stretches the moment, as though the cigar itself is reminding him. There are no more alarms tomorrow morning, no deadlines waiting, just time. Finally, time. And then there are the quieter milestones, birthdays, anniversaries, family gatherings. These occasions may not come with champagne towers or speeches, but they matter just as much. For these moments, the cigars can be festive and fun, smooth and sweet. The Arturo Fuente Hemingway short story is perfect for this. Small, approachable, and flavorful, ideal after dessert when the candles are blown out. The Oliva Serie V Milanio, with its richness, brings gravitas to Milestone anniversaries, and the creamy Cohiba Red Dot pairs beautifully with champagne, making a simple dinner feel like an elegant celebration. It's in these smaller gatherings that cigars do something magical. They don't just mark the occasion, they become part of the memory itself. Years later, people will remember the taste of the cake, the laughter around the table, and the cigar that tied it all together. What ties all of these moments, weddings, promotions, retirements, and anniversaries, is the ritual. Cutting, lighting, and sharing a cigar turns any event into a story worth retelling. The ashtray fills, the glass is empty, but the conversations sparked by that first puff often carry on far beyond the night itself. So as you listen today, let the words guide you. Imagine where your next celebratory cigar might take you. Maybe it's on a wedding night, with friends in tuxedos leaning against the railing outside the reception hall. Perhaps it's in the corner office, papers pushed aside, bourbon poured as laughter bounces off the walls after a promotion. Or maybe it's years down the road, on a quiet patio at sunset, as you reflect on a career behind you and a new life ahead. Wherever it is, the right cigar has the power to turn a fleeting moment into something timeless.
Thanks for listening to the Cigar and Whiskey podcast. Subscribe and share with a fellow aficionado, and keep the journey going at cigarandwhiskeyguide.com, where every puff and pour has a story.